Hey everyone, this is Kiro here, and welcome back to another reaction. We are continuing Monument Mythos series by the Manticore. We're going to be reacting to 3 more videos in the playlist. If you haven't checked out the other video I did, you should go check it out. It's pretty good, in my opinion. I'm excited to get back into this world that he's created. It's very confusing, but I think we'll get a good idea of it once we move further into the playlist and into the story itself. For the first video, we are going to be reacting to Alcatraz Attack, the Monument Mythos. There's Alcatraz. Alcatraz Island, 2 days before therapy. Okay. I'm already gonna guess. The thing's alive. The thing, it's alive, 100%. Map of Pacific Branch, United States. Oh my gosh, hold up.
But I'm just retarded for like.
Okay, map of Pacific Branch, United States Military Prison, Alcatraz Island, California. Fortifications. Get a little layout. Let's see. Tunnel. I wonder if this is like an accurate mapping. Reservoirs. Water tower. What was that on the left? Weird. Morgue. Stockade yard. Or slash yard, whatever. Detector shed. I like the music. Main prison. What is that? Is that ruins? Question mark? I don't know what those little circles are. Tennis courts. I'll be there, bruh. Sign me up. I'll go on the tennis courts. Alcatraz Island, 1 day before therapy. What is a therapy? I guess we'll find out. Alcatrazosis. Is this a like amoeba, whatever? Dude, I completely, I didn't pay attention in class. Oh wait, now that I'm remembering. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Boom, duplicated. That's so is that the island's duplicating? Oh, radiation therapy. Oh. Projected movement. Movement? It's moving now? I told you it's alive. 1950? 55? 60? Where is it heading to? Oh. Imagine seeing that just like move. 2010. Oh, what is it? Oh yeah, cooked. It's taking over the whole city. I mean, at least they have like, it's in 5 years, but still. Like they might have time to adjust to it, I don't know. 1 day after therapy. How many are there, bro? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As of 2020, the Alcatraz zone extends to West Texas. That's... Bro. Okay. You gotta think that he has to come up with this. I don't even know. It's kind of genius. Loki is kind of genius. Again, I'm still wondering how this all fits in to the story. So hopefully it'll tell us, or else I'm gonna have to start checking comments and everything. Hopefully they have answers in the comments, unlike last time. Literally nothing was in the comments. This one's called Dean Democracy, the Monument Mythos. Look. I better not stutter this time. I can't mess up. Look back at the America's 37th president.
During a program of ABC Evening News, anchor Peter Jennings told viewers to look forward to next week for a special broadcast of national significance. Jennings would continue to remind viewers of the special broadcast.
I really love this style, to be honest.
Even referring to it at one point as the most unprecedented announcement in recent history. A week after its first mention, Jennings reminded viewers of the special broadcast one last time, asking them to pay attention later that night for an exclusive look at the greatest gift to the American people. Due to the anticipation built over the week, over 60 million Americans tuned into ABC, waiting for the evening news to end and for the special broadcast to begin. There were countless theories as to what would occur.
There's gotta be a lot of people
for
back
the
then.
declaration of an all-out nuclear war, speculation was brewing intensely. Once the evening news program ended, a black screen with a 10-second countdown commenced with the title Dean Democracy.
Hold on, I'm gonna get something to drink real quick.
Oh my god. Wow, man. Damn.
Today, I'm going to be having a... How do you even say this? Alani. You can't even see it. It's too bright. It's too bright. And you still can't see it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But I'm gonna have this Alani energy drink. So yeah, let's give it a taste.
Viewers, so terrified of the threat of nuclear war, reportedly experienced nervous breakdowns and ran down the street, declaring that Dean Democracy was the code name for an all-out nuclear holocaust. Yet once the countdown ended, all fears were soon replaced with tears of joy and an excitement not seen since the end of World War II.
Oh, what's this?
What are we waiting for?
James
Let's bring
Dean?
them back home.
James Dean is president, or was president in this universe?
In the seconds following James Dean's presidential announcement, hundreds of thousands of neighborhoods erupted into celebration. Although other candidates had promised to end the Vietnam War, none had so accurately expressed the same anger that they had felt, which Dean had perfectly conveyed in a 15-second broadcast. Due to popular demand, the ABC Evening News was canceled the next night, replaced by a 30-minute loop of James Dean's presidential announcement.
Bro.
The broadcast was watched again by over 38 million Americans, and the parties continued for the rest of the week.
The rest of the week? I don't even think we get excited about
Robert Kennedy, the
president
Democratic
elections,
Party presidential debates were canceled
like
for the 1968 election season.
Politics.
However,
that much.
This proved to be no
At least I
issue for
don't.
Dean, as
Maybe
polls indicated
other
that he was
people
in the lead
do.
for the entirety of 1967 and 1968, despite having had fewer public appearances and rallies than any other candidate.
Jeez.
The strength of his campaign relied on the
He was on
powerful
easy
advertisements
mode.
he directed that would air every Friday evening on ABC. The series of programs would be considered by many as another weekly TV series and went on to become the highest-rated TV show on television after the conclusion of Star Trek in 1967.
I forget how old
Although
Star Trek is, to be honest.
was eventually scheduled 2 weeks before the election, James Dean instead invited opponent Richard Nixon to a track to race cars on the same night.
Dude, look at his hairline.
So beautiful, but damn! Look at my fucking forehead!
On the same night.
Got that
Although reluctant at first,
ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Nixon eventually agreed and went to spend the entire day with Dean, reportedly even telling the actor, "To hell with it, I'm voting for you. You're already a better president than I'll ever be."
What?
This statement, although only a rumor,
That's
would
too
spread
easy,
like
bro.
wildfire in tabloids and permanently curbed Nixon's chance for victory. On the morning of November 1st, 1968, 4 days before Election Day, anti-Dean groups hijacked radio channels and told civilians they were fed up with James Dean and that television was ruining American youth. After the broadcast, the groups went on to cut hundreds of power lines in the southeast, effectively preventing any of Dean's presidential ads from reaching any household below Tennessee. Dean quickly heard of the incident and, despite the risk of an assassination, flew down to the south and quickly went to work with local electricians to repair the broken power lines. James Dean would be met with a supportive crowd, primarily younger voters who were eager to see a younger face back in the White House.
Oh, of course.
Elderly white conservatives, often the parents of the younger supporters, remained in their houses and occasionally peered through their window blinds to catch a glimpse of the handsome candidate. Although it wasn't known to Dean at the time, hate groups in the South had perpetuated the idea that he was Satan in disguise, and cited his good looks and his love for jazz as being clear signs of the devil.
What? They grow wings? What?
James Dean is no man.
What?
Elderly white conservatives in the southeast
Now
would
I'm
be the only
wondering
demographic
if
unfazed by his campaign. Yet Dean continued to travel from state to state, repairing power
my
lines
mind's
for
blanking.
4 days
You
straight
gotta be kidding.
until the very morning of the election.
I'm wondering if he's one of those
On
creatures
November
or
5th,
something.
1968, James Dean...
Because you gotta think, he easily got that vote. Like, he easily got all those votes without even trying. And for people to rebel and start saying that, especially with this series, like, come on. I feel like he's not human at all.
received 75% of the popular vote with 395 electoral votes. Nixon congratulated Dean in a phone call the following morning, but Dean refused to acknowledge the win and instead asked to race cars again at the track.
Boy is a baller.
On January 20th, 1969, James Dean held his inaugural address at the official Capitol Raceway. Although presidents in the past had speeches that were typically around 20 minutes, Dean spoke for less than a minute.
Dude, he's seriously not even
I
trying
have
to.
a speech, and it has the flotsam that you people expect to hear. But that's not fair. No, that's not fair at all. I'm here for all of you. It's only fair that you speak for yourselves. My words shouldn't be louder than yours. So I've brought many other guests to speak. They're just people like you and I. In the same time that many other presidents have spoken by themselves, America will speak. Thank you.
I mean, I guess it works.
Dean
Like his
proceeded to
strategy.
introduce many groups to the microphone, including civil rights activists and Native American families. Martin Luther King Jr. would also come forward to speak in his first
He's
appearance
alive
since an attempt on
in
his
this
life
universe?
9 months prior. President
Shoot.
Dean would conclude the inauguration with a brief bongo performance and went on to race Richard Nixon at the track. In subsequent presidential inaugurations, those who disagreed with the elected president would instead celebrate Dean Democracy Day and protested by watching Dean's unique take on the address in place of the actual one.
Huh.
In a televised address, President Dean
April
planned
20.
to inform Americans of his first 90 days in office. However, 6 seconds into the broadcast, the audio cut out and remained absent for the remainder of the speech. Although anti-Dean groups claimed
Nope.
responsibility and took pride in the sabotage, many civilians claimed that it benefited the president. The
Ow.
silent broadcast highlighted President Dean's sincere facial expressions and lively disposition, as opposed to the stern and stiff personalities of prior administrations. Viewers were proud to see a man in his prime at the most important position in the country.
What?
Ironically, President Dean's popularity grew after the technical difficulty,
Bro.
And film director Stanley Kubrick went on to call the broadcast the greatest silent film ever made.
He's literally mogging everyone. That's all he's doing. And it's working. Okay. This one I want to check the comments on. Becomes president, immediately raises a car, plays bongo after giving speech, refuses to elaborate. I mean, yeah, that's basically what he's doing. I love the inclusion of James Dean racing cars because Dean died in a car crash in real life and was going fast enough that it's possible he was racing someone. To me, it gives off the vibes that a time traveler did something to prevent this, or to prevent his original death, and the universe keep trying to fix itself by making him want to race, but the races never kill him. That's actually really interesting. I'm gonna like that. That's really cool. The most interesting thing about this video is that we're just kind of left to assume there's some kind of mind control going on with the broadcast. The voiceover never outright says it. This only seems supernatural because it's in the context of a supernatural series. To someone in universe, this would seem like a normal documentary about the 37th president. It makes you think what things about our own universe would seem supernaturally horrifying if it were viewed from the outside. So yeah, this universe seems like it's literally just an alternate universe where different things didn't happen. Maybe there was a reason for that, like with the cars, maybe it was a time traveler, or maybe it's like aliens because of the trees and stuff coming out of the statues and everything. This is a very dense series, but I'm loving it so far. And yeah, just go subscribe to the Manticore because he makes pretty good content. For our last video, we are going to be watching Air Force One Angel, the Monument Mythos. Air Force One Angel. I forgot what the Air Force One is. On August 17th, 2003, Air Force One made an unannounced trip across the continental United States. Many civilians claim to have seen the aircraft drop packages on various national monuments. Oh. This might explain the why the monuments are the way it is. Could be the thing that you remember that fell in the sky. Oh look, there it is. That's cool. That's very cool detail. And then that's where Alcatraz Island is. Look at the black circles. That's happening again. Statue of Liberty. So yeah, it's going to the monuments that we've seen. So the government's 100% behind this. I'm low-key stupid because I live in the US and I didn't know this is basically where the president flies in. Like, bro, I'm so uneducated. What is that? It's gonna be like an alien or something. Or is it gonna be Dean? President Dean? Well, it said it was unannounced. Like, what? That's gotta be an alien. Look at it. White House officials later disclosed that the unusual flight of Air Force One was unauthorized and unmanned. The lone figure seen inside the plane, dubbed the Air Force One Angel, has yet to be identified by federal authorities. So they didn't know about it. Dang, that's gotta be the shortest shortest episode yet. Okay, so the plane was unmanned, and they didn't even know about it, which is weird. I feel like they would have security unless that thing just spawned into the plane. Let me check the comments out. I just realized something. The infection that hit Mount Rushmore was dropped by air. This is exactly what I was talking about. The infection was motivated by revenge. Air Force One flew over Mount Rushmore, so the Air Force One angel is an avenging angel. That's really cool. That makes sense, because I remember literally a few minutes ago how that thing fell from the sky on top of the Mount Rushmore. So yeah, it could have been the Air Force One angel. The Statue of Liberty was missing from its pedestal. There's no way. Holy crap, it is. I didn't even realize that. That's terrifying. So that creature or whatever that's in there is just roaming around. That's bad.
The next day, the motherfucker was dead.
All right, everyone. That was the 3 episodes for today. This is very interesting. I like where it's going. I love the style. Again, it's kind of like a documentary. So yeah, to give a rundown of what's happened, Dean is president. Alcatraz Island is a living organism, and it is like multiplying. This thing called the Air Force One angel flew to those monuments that we saw in previous videos, and they might have dropped the plants or whatever there. The spikes you saw on top of Mount Rushmore was after the thing had dropped from the sky. So definitely has something to do with that. I'm loving this series, and I hope you guys are too. I know we have a long way to go. We're only 7 out of 75 episodes. We're gonna be here for a while. Maybe one video would be a longer, less edited video, just to get most of the videos down, but I'm gonna have to be free. I'll probably record it on a weekend or something. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, subscribe to the Manticore, like his videos, because these are really cool, and I just can't wait to see where this story is heading to. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. See ya.